Well, hello everybody. So good to see you as always. And as always, my first question: can you hear me? Can you hear me? Just give me some sign that you can hear me, please. Very good, very good. So, next question is, how are things with you? How are you doing? How are you? How are you? How are things with you? Okay? Just tell me a couple of words about yourself, about the situation with you. How are you doing? How are things with you? Just a couple of words. How are things? How have you been doing all of this time? I haven't seen you. Okay? Please. Okay? How are you doing? How are things with you? Can you say something? Yeah? I will be learning English language. Yeah, sure, of course, you will. That's good. Nikita, do you have a microphone? Very good. Probably you can turn your microphone on. Christina is back. Okay. So probably you can turn your microphone on and we can talk. So please try your microphone. Christina, hello. Yeah. Good to see you. Nikita, can you turn your microphone on? Just right. It will be fun for talk. Sorry, no. Okay. Christina, how about yourself? How are you doing? How are things with you? What have you been up to lately when I haven't seen you? Okay. I see that you're writing something. Very good. I'm reading a new book. What kind of book is that? Yeah, please. What is the name of the book? Okay? No, Nikita, no. She is not ignoring you. She is just thinking about the book and she is writing about the book. Okay? Now, and my next question will be fantastic. Well, I don't know. Well, usually in English we do not say fantastic. We say fantastic when we want to say that something is beautiful or marvelous, like, this house is fantastic, or, this answer was fantastic, or you just say, see, fantastic. When we want to say about the style of the book, we usually say fantasy or science fiction or sci-fi. Yesterday I came from St. Petersburg. It's the best city in Russia. Okay, Nikita, what did you do in St. Petersburg? Why did you go to St. Petersburg? And my next question will be about your plans. What are your plans for the next week or the next month, for September, whatever? So, what Nikita, why did you go to St. Petersburg? It's the best, and why do you think that it's the best city in Russia? Why? Yeah. Why it's the best city in Russia? And again, my next question is about your plans. What are your plans for the next week, for the next month? What are your plans for? It's very beautiful and culturally interesting city. Okay, I agree. So, my last question is, what are your plans? What are your plans for future? Plans for the next week? Plans for the next month? Whatever. Please, what are your plans? What are you planning doing in September? What are you planning? In general, I'm going to study at university. Okay, very interesting. Great to hear that. Alright, and just like maybe you have any questions to me? If you have any questions, next year I'll go. Come, when we say come, that means you come here. And when you want to say that you go somewhere else, you say go. Next year I'll go in St. Petersburg. And I will study. I will go to university. We usually say I will go to university, I will study at university, I will go to school. Okay, very interesting. So, just about myself, these 2 weeks were pretty busy for me. I worked as a translator and interpreter for one of the American companies. It's gas processing companies, which is very interesting. And of course I myself learned lots of new vocabulary. Like for example, today is Friday. And you know that in America they have a restaurant which is called TGIF. Do you know why they call this TGIF? The restaurant is called TGIF. Have you got any idea why would they call the restaurant like that? Can you think of some explanation? What is this? What is it? I will tell you later. I will just waiting for Christina. Maybe Christina knows a little bit. As I said, today is Friday, and this is connected with Friday. So what do you think? Okay, Christina, have you got an answer, or have you got ideas? Any ideas? What might it mean? Okay, so that means thanks God, and then it's Friday. Thanks God it's Friday. That means TGIF. So they have the chain of restaurants in around the world which are called TGIF. Yeah, thanks God it's Friday. So today is Friday. Thanks God it's Friday. For me that means that I finished my working week and I'm happy to see you here and to talk with you. Okay, so if you remember, do you remember where we stopped last time? We were supposed to talk today about the movies, about the series, about the TV episodes, about the TV schedule, timetable, and so on. So we'll talk about, naturally we'll talk about present simple, because when we, yeah, hello Zhenya, it's nice to see you. How are you doing? We are so happy to have you here. Okay? Have you got a microphone? Shenya, if you have a microphone, you can turn on your microphone and we'll just talk, we'll just chat. If you have. If you don't have, that's not a problem. You're a man or a woman? That's a nice question. Politically correct question. Okay, so today we'll talk about TV shows, movies, timetables, and present simple. I'm a man. Very interesting. Okay. So, let's start. Okay. Let me just bring you some questions on the screen. What is that? Okay, just wait a second. I'm trying to. It's not. Can you hear me? Because again, some problems with the settings of the room. I don't know what is going on. Hello? Can you hear me? But you see, I cannot use my board. That is why I'm asking. Just wait a second. I probably will be able to use my board. Sorry. Yeah, just wait a second. I'm almost there. I'm trying to fix everything that, yeah, here you go. So now we'll add to that, and so I will put some sentences for you. If you have a look at the board, you can put your answers. So question number 45. So please try and type into the chat window, type your versions. What are your answers, please? Sentence 45. Okay, I'm waiting for you. No, it's not correct. Some other versions. As I said, you remember that this is the beginner level, and that's the revision of everything which you know about English. So please, question 45. Say that in English. How will you say that in English? Okay, I'm waiting for you. Come on, guys, go ahead. So, well, and that's our problem, of course. Let's see, so in order to have the English question, you usually have to have the specific word order. So, first of all, we put like what time. I think that you understand that, right? What time? And then you want to say, and you usually use what time? What time? What time? And then you usually use the specific verb, which is called auxiliary verb. What time does it start? Of course. What time does it start? What time does it start? What time does it start? It will be a good idea if you just repeat for yourself. What time does it start? You just pronounce that. Say for yourself, what time does it start? Okay. So, what is your favorite TV show? And just tell me. For example, if you have a football game or a tennis match, or you can think of your favorite movie or your favorite film, any kind of show. What time does it start today? What time does it start today? What time does it start today? And what kind of show is that? We are talking about your favorite show. Favorite movie, favorite film, favorite football game, anything which you can think of which is going to be today on TV, and you will probably watch it. Or maybe you will go to the movie theater and you'll enjoy the movie theater watching movie there. Okay? So I'm just waiting for your versions, and you know, guys, please, that's your time. Okay? Now you are, yeah, please, that's your time to learn and to try, so that is why, please, go ahead. So what kind of a show do you like to watch, and when does it start? Okay? When does it start? Christina, and you are not participating, so please take part also. What kind of show do you like best? What kind of TV show? What kind of a movie do you like best? Okay? Alright, I can ask you another question. Let's think of, yeah, I see that you are writing something, so please. I know that this is not that easy to type in English, but that is why I told you, you can, sorry, I have to leave the class. That's alright, Nikita. See you next time. That's not a problem at all. Thank you for your participation. So, and again, it will be a very good idea for you to turn your microphones on and we can talk. It's easier and it's faster, because while we are waiting, while we are waiting for your typing, yeah, I will see you. Thank you, Nikita, for your good words. Thank you for your kind words. Hello, Saida. Good to see you. So, Saida, the first question is number 45, and we are talking today about the movies, about TV shows, about, yeah, hello, Saida, and about everything you can watch. So, yeah, hello. So what is your favorite TV show, and when does it start? If it starts today, when does it start? Okay, please. I'm expecting you to answer, and do not forget that a very good idea for you will be to turn your microphones on, and so that we can chat. Okay, Christina is back. Connected, disconnected. I understand everything, that our internet connection is not that good. So please, a little bit about your favorite movies, about your favorite TV shows, whatever. What time does it start? What time does your favorite show start? Favorite movie, favorite football game, favorite TV program, favorite TV show, anything you can think. I like to watch Urals Pelmeni. It starts at 19 p.m. Very good, very interesting. I agree. So, I just want you to pay attention. That is why I'm asking you to write me something back. And Zhenya, do you have a microphone? I just want you to pay attention that everything is in present simple. Present indefinite or present simple. But we are talking about future. As you can understand that it starts at 7 p.m. and probably it will be later because we asked about that, what time does it start. So usually when we ask about timetables or about schedules, we use present simple tense, and we use this sentence like, what time does it start? Very good. Okay, I have another question, like, what time does the post office start its work? What time does the post office start its work? Sorry, what is that? I watch my favorite on the internet. Very good, because I don't know, and that, not because. That is why, instead of because, you say in English, you say that is why. And you see, this is the only way how I can teach you. That is why I don't know when it starts. When does it start? You do not use here, because this is the reported speech. This is not the direct question. This is the indirect question. That is why you say, I don't know when it starts. I don't know when it starts. That is why I don't know when it starts. Okay. Saida, how about you? What is your fave or favorite show? And when does it start? Okay. And another question is talking about post office or grocery store. Grocery store is the place where you buy groceries. Do you know grocery store? Grocery store. That's the place where you buy groceries. Do you know where you buy groceries? Huh? What is that? Grocery store and groceries. Do you know this word? Okay, that's in Russian we say this thing. Okay. So, when does it work? What are the work hours for the grocery store or for the post office? When does it start its work? Or when does it open? When does it close? Okay. In mornings. Very good. So, the better idea will be when you answer the full question, the full sentence, but that's okay. You can say it starts working in the morning and it finishes in the evening. Okay, very interesting. So let's check what else we have here to do. Like so, let's see. Okay. Okay, I will just fix Zhenya connected and disconnected. I understand that you have the different internet connection. Let's think of the two people. Let's say a young man and a young lady and a girl. They want to spend an evening together. So, what do you think? What do they want to do in the evening? Two young people, a man and a girl. They want to spend an evening together. What do you think they will do? What do you think they want to do? Okay? So, Two young people, a girl and a boy. So they want to spend an evening together. So what do you think they want to do? Okay? Yeah, I'm waiting for your answers. What do you think they want to do? A young man and a young lady. A boy and a girl. What do they want to do? They want to spend... they can watch TV? Probably. Probably. What kind of a show, Saida, do you think they would want to watch? What kind of a show? Do you know the name of the show? Can you think of any shows which will be interesting for these two young people? Okay? And Christina and Zhenya, please participate, take part. It's your class, it's your lesson, it's not for me, it's for you, and you have to try. And a very good idea for you will be to turn your microphones on and try and talk, because it will be better, it will be faster, and it will be better for you just to talk. So, what kind of a show can they watch on TV? What kind of a show? What do you think? Different films. Yeah, I agree. Okay. So, next question is, when does your English lesson start? What time does your English lesson start? You can say about our English class, about our English lesson. What time does your English lesson start? Just tell me. What time does your English lesson start? Okay. What time does your English lesson start? Just try and type me and we'll move on. What time does your English lesson start? Okay? Yeah, I understand. What time does your English lesson start? And of course you can also write what time does it finish? What time does your English lesson start and what time does your English lesson finish? Okay? So, yeah, you see that's you are not answering my question, and this is unusual, but it's very necessary for you to answer the questions. Okay, can you think of the translation of the next sentence, sentence 46, please? Sentence 46. Usually my English lessons start at 11:20. Okay, very good English. That's a very correct sentence. Usually my English lessons start at 11:20. Very good. I like it. Anybody else? Do you love to watch TV? Yeah, it's almost. But probably, Zhenya, you might notice that sometimes we say, do you like to watch TV? And sometimes we say, do you like watching TV? So, what do you think? Do we have any difference in here? Do you like to watch TV or do you like watching TV? So, probably it will be better, and that will be not the beginner grammar, that will be something very complicated. But when you study the next level of the English grammar, you will know when we use do you like watching TV and when we use do you like to watch TV. Okay, very good. So, do you know some interesting TV characters, like for example Bart Simpson. Bart Simpson. Have you heard of him? Do you know Bart Simpson? What do you think? What kind of shows, what kind of TV shows, TV programs, or what kind of movies does Bart Simpson like to watch or like watching? What do you think? Or you can talk about any other, your favorite TV character. By the way, what is your favorite TV character or movie character? What is your cartoon? What is your favorite TV character? What is your favorite TV character? It can be animated cartoon character, it can be TV show character, it can be movie character, whatever. I just remembered Bart Simpson, but that doesn't mean that he is my favorite. Probably you have some other, like maybe Tom and Jerry, or you know, just tell me, what is your favorite TV character? Okay? Come on guys, today you are just not moving at all. Please move on. Otherwise we'll never finish our beginner level. So please, my favorite character is Arnold from Hey Arnold. And what's that, Hey Arnold? I know nothing. I know, like, I heard from my sons Breaking Bad. Have you heard this show, Breaking Bad? I know that this show is very popular among young people everywhere in the world, but I don't know what's Hey Arnold. What is that, Hey Arnold? Breaking Bad is a TV series which have, let's say, maybe some... They started in the year 2008, I think. So that means that for now, up till now, they have already some probably 5 or 6 seasons. So do you know this Breaking Bad TV show? No? Just tell me something. Yeah, you see, it will be such a good idea if you turn your microphones on. I cannot make you talk at all. I'm trying my best. And you are just... So just tell me something. Anything about your favorite TV characters. And how about Saida? Where is she? Saida, we are waiting for you also. So, Breaking Bad or Hey Arnold, what is that? Okay. Alright, so, you know that this is the kind of question which we usually ask. What kind of TV shows do you like watching? What kind? Yeah, it's a Nickelodeon cartoon. Nickelodeon. I have no idea what's that. So, this is a cartoon, an animated cartoon, yeah? So, that means that you like cartoons, you like watching cartoons. So, what kind of shows do you like watching? What kind of shows do you like watching? What kind of TV programs, what kind of movies do you like watching? So like you're saying, animated cartoons. That's very interesting, and today I learned something from you about this Hey Arnold. Okay, very good and very interesting. So just tell me, what kind of TV programs do you watching? Okay. Yeah, you can think of sports. Just try to you remember today the science fiction movies. Also, you have maybe you know these westerns, right? Western movies. It's about western. It's wrong spelling. Western movies like about cowboys. Probably some people like horror movies, right? Horror movies. Do you like horror movies? Or other people like comedies? Like you're saying you like cartoons, and some people like soap operas. Do you like soap operas? Just think of all of that. Okay, and if you like, you can like some sports programs, sports shows. So what sports shows do you like? What sports shows do you like? You can watch, you can watch cycling, you can watch volleyball, you can watch golf, snooker, which is billiards, snooker or billiards. Okay, you can watch swimming, football, basketball, ice skating, table tennis or ping pong, roller skating, jogging, just tennis. You know tennis, right? So I like watching comedies and science fiction movies. Very interesting. Do not forget that we in the British English we call film, and in American English I like watching literary shows and music. Very interesting. In American English we call them movies. You know movies, right? We do not call them films. We call them movies. Why we call them movies? Because film in American language means a little bit different. Film, this is film in American language. For example, you can have you can take some soap, right? You know the word soap. What is soap? Who knows the word soap? If you add some water, you can have yeah, right. So with the soap, you can make bubbles, and bubbles, right? Bubbles and soap bubbles, right? And these bubbles will have a very thin film. Okay, very thin, very thin film for soap bubbles. Have you ever made soap bubbles in your life? Have you ever tried making soap bubbles? No? I think that you did. Okay? So, next thing which I want you to revise is the idea which is sentence 47. So please, how can you say that in English? Sentence 47. Okay? Come on, I'm waiting for you. Hurry up. Come on, guys. How can you say in English? Okay, you have no idea how to say that in English. May I use your pen? Can I take your pen? Yeah, use is, Zhenya, use is slightly better. But you can also say, can I take your pen? Because that means if you say, can I take your pen? That means that you will take it forever. Use, that means that you will use it and then you will return. But The best thing is, first of all, if you want to sound polite, you usually say could instead of can. Could is better. It sounds more politely. So could I, and then you usually say could I borrow? Could I borrow your pen? Could I borrow your pen? This will be very, very politely. Do you know the word borrow? What is to borrow? Okay? What is to borrow? Yeah, absolutely correct. So, very good. So, could I borrow your pen? Like, you know that every day people just ask you, they want to borrow something from you, or you want to borrow something from them. Very cool. But after that, after you used somebody's pen or somebody's paper or whatever, you will usually say to the people, thank you for letting me borrow your pen. Thank you. Yeah, I didn't write it. Yeah, sorry. Could I borrow your pen? Could I borrow your pen? Okay, could I borrow your pen? Could I borrow your pen? So, after that, you usually say after you used it, yeah, say that will turn your microphone and turn your chat on. So after you use that, you usually say thank you for letting me borrow your pen. You just want to be very polite. Thank you for letting me borrow your pen. Okay? Now, how can I say, for example, in English, how can you say that in English? Okay? That's in the board. Please. Could I open the window? Yeah. And here, open the window. Can I use the can? Very good. So now I see that you know all of these things. And now let's talk a little bit about everything which surrounds you during the lesson, during the English class. Okay, I will just ask you some very easy questions and you try to say them in English. Like, how do you say that? What's that in English? Come on, guys, please hurry up. Well, you know, it's usually we not use this word anymore because sometimes no, it's not bubble gum. It's probably, you know, in a computer you have this function which is called to erase, and this will be eraser. Eraser. You understand? To erase something. That's a very good term. Okay, the next term which I want you to say in English is like that. Please. What is that? How do you say that in English? So don't forget that you can say, can I borrow your eraser? Can I use your eraser? No, it's not line. Line is probably you remember this word. This is line. I'm asking a little bit different thing, but this is very necessary for you to know. Okay, so how can that be? Alright, let me help you. So in English it will be a ruler. A ruler. Okay, and the last word which I need, you also sometimes you can borrow it from people. This is how can you say that in English? Okay, come on. waiting for you. Dictionary, very good. But but I have also another word, and probably you remember this word, which is vocabulary. So what's the difference between dictionary and vocabulary? Who remembers that? Dictionary and vocabulary. So dictionary, usually it's a book. It's a book like English, Russian dictionary. We use them a lot during the English classes. And vocabulary is your own vocabulary. That means the number of words which you remember in English, or it might be also your own vocabulary which where it's your exercise book or notebook where you put down every word which you learned in English. This is called the vocabulary. Okay, very good. So all words which you know. Yeah, very good. And the dictionary is a book, and vocabulary is all words which you know. Very good. I agree. So the next question is like sometimes you ask a person, can I borrow or could I borrow your pen? And the person will refuse. So what would you say when you refuse? What would you say? For example, I ask you, could I borrow your pen? What would you say in an answer to me? I just ask you, could I borrow your pen? What would you say? Could I borrow your pen? And you refuse me. How would you say? No, you couldn't. When you say it like that, no, you couldn't, that means that you don't like me. Or that means that probably I have no abilities to take your pen. So Zhenya, you would like to be very polite to other people, so you usually say, I am sorry, I'm sorry, I haven't got one. Or you can say, I'm sorry, I haven't got one. Like, can I borrow a pen? Sorry, I haven't got one. Or I don't have a pen on me. I'm sorry, I haven't got one. Can I use your pen? Sorry, I haven't got one. You understand, right? I haven't got a pen. I haven't got one. Okay, very good. So do not forget about that. Okay, and in case when somebody asks you if he or she can borrow your pen and you agree, what would you say when you agree? Like, for example, I ask you, can I borrow your pen? And you agree. What would you say? I ask you, can I borrow your pen or could I borrow your pen? And what would you say? You agree. What is the usual way to answer? Yes, I have, you can take one. Yeah, you can use one. You can borrow one. Very good. But usually we say, probably you know this sentence, here you are. Here you are. Which means in Russian, if you literally translate into Russian, it will sound something like, okay, just wait a second. Alright? And you do not say please, you just say here you are, and that means that you are a very polite person. Okay? So could I borrow your pen? Here you are. Okay, now you got it. Very interesting. So we keep on talking about movies. So the next question is again about your favorite characters in the movies, and the next question is number 48. So how would you say that in English? 48, please. How can you say that in English? Sentence 48. Come on, I'm waiting for you. Sentence 48. Jenny, again, as I said, the main idea of today's class is for you to memorize. Okay, sorry, that wasn't Russian. I'm so sorry. Excuse me, I cannot erase it. I would like to erase it, but I cannot. So you use does. So please, Женя, correct your sentence. Yeah, and not he. When you say he, then you are supposed to say he has. Do not forget, he has sharp teeth. Very good, he has. So Женя, correct your sentence. How? Okay. How then? Come on guys, I'm waiting for you. You have to use does. Please. How? So, how does Dracula look like? Very good. How does Dracula look like? How does Dracula look like? Very good. How does Dracula look like? Okay. Now you started describing Dracula. You said that he's got big teeth. Very good. What else can you say about Dracula or Frankenstein? Who are these characters? Dracula and Frankenstein. Who are they? Huh? Have you read the book about Dracula or about Frankenstein? Is Dracula a person or is Frankenstein? He also has horns. Very interesting. So who are they? Who are Dracula and Frankenstein? Who are Dracula and Frankenstein? So, who are Dracula and Frankenstein? So they are monsters. They are monsters. Monsters from horror movies. Monsters from horror movies. I think that you know that they are monsters from horror movies. Okay. So and if you ask me what does Dracula look like, I can tell you, read this story and you will find out. Okay. So how does Frankenstein look like? How does Frankenstein look like? How does Frankenstein look like? What can you say about Frankenstein? Okay. How does Frankenstein look like? So, Dracula, he's got a white face, if you remember. A very white face and very black hair. He wears a big black cloak. Do you know the word cloak? Cloak. Cloak means, in Russian, that means, that's cloak. He wears a big black cloak. He wears a big black cloak. Okay? He wears a big black cloak. Dracula. Okay, he's got... Frankenstein is very tall, I agree. I absolutely agree. So you can say that Frankenstein has stitches. stitches on his face. What is stitches? He's got stitches on his face. What is stitches? He's got stitches on his face. What is that? Yeah, absolutely correct. He's got stitches, horrible stitches, nasty, ugly stitches on his face. Okay, very good. What else can you say about Frankenstein and Dracula? Okay, let me read you a short story as always, and you will answer my questions. So, Dracula is a character in a book by Bram Stoker. Bram Stoker is the name of the author, and it was written in 1897. It is about a very bad person in the country of Transylvania. He has got 2 long teeth and he bites people in the neck. He has got a white face and black hair. He wears a big black cloak. He doesn't like garlic, water, or the sun. He drinks blood and turns people into bats. He is not a real person. He is not a real person. Okay? So, the question to you is, what is garlic? What is garlic? He doesn't like garlic. Dracula doesn't like garlic. What is garlic? Okay? Yeah, very good. So, he drinks blood and he turns people into bats. He turns people into bats. What is bats? He turns people into bats. What is that? He turns people into bats. Okay? If you don't remember, bats is, what is that? Okay. Then he bites people in the neck. He bites. He bites people. He bites people in the neck. What is that? He bites people in the neck. He bites people in the... he bites people in the neck. Yeah, and what is neck? He bites people in the neck. Yeah, absolutely correct. So he drinks blood and he bites people in the neck. And he is not a real person and he lives in Transylvania. Okay, very good. Now we have the story about Frankenstein. Frankenstein is another bad person. He is a character in a book by Mary Shelley. It was written in 1818. Frankenstein is a doctor. Dr. Frankenstein takes bones from a graveyard and makes a monster. The monster is very big. It has got stitches on its face and it kills people. It is a very ugly monster. Very ugly monster. So, Mary Shelley is the author. Now questions to you. What is bones? Bones. So he takes bones. What is bones? He takes bones. Yeah, very good. Bones, not ribs. What you're saying is called ribs, Christina. And we are talking about bones. Okay? So he takes bones from graveyard. Graveyard. What is graveyard? Or cemetery. Cemetery or graveyard. What is that? Okay? He takes bones from graveyard. What is that? Graveyard or cemetery. Okay? You don't remember? So, yeah, very good. Graveyard or cemetery. And the last word for today is, he is very ugly. He is a very ugly monster. What is ugly? He is a very ugly. Yeah, but you see, this is what you're saying is horrible. Horrible, but ugly is, yeah, Very good. Very good. Ugly. Not beautiful. Not beautiful at all. Okay. It was such a pleasure to see you. Yeah, right. Disgusting. Ugly. Nasty. Okay. So it was such a pleasure to see you as always here, and I hope to see you next time. If you have any questions, just you feel free to write you anytime, to write me, and this is my address, my email address. Just feel free to write me anytime, and if you want to have classes with me, it will cost you 300 rubles per hour. So just feel free to write me an email, and I will have classes with you. Okay, do you have any questions? If you have no questions, then that's it for today. It was a pleasure seeing you. Thank you, and hope to see you next time. Bye bye.